Hi, Mason again. It's time to find out exactly what's going to happen in the next Syracuse game. This is no wrong answers. Here's Brian.
Thank you, Mason. The next game is tonight, like this very night. It is Monday morning right now. The game tips off in less than 8 hours. It is a 7 o'clock tip-off. Dean Dome tonight, Chapel Hill. It snowed in the area down there a couple days ago. Everyone's panicked, hoarding milk and barbecue dry rub. I don't know what they hoard down there in North Carolina. I know this. They don't have any salt or plows. Whew, it's hairy down there when the weather gets funky. But Carolina's entering at 17-4. They're currently ranked 16th in the country. For a team that's 17-4, their fan base is extremely soured on what Carolina's got going on right now. The Orange, ending their 4-game losing streak, enter the game at 13-9. First of 2 Research Triangle Big Mondays this year for Syracuse. They'll be down in Durham in less than a month to take on the Duke Blue Devils. So good luck with all that, the quick turnarounds for both of those games. Carolina here, here's part of why their fan base is freaking out as they like to do. They're 17-4, pretty good. Just 5-3 in the league. Syracuse enters the day at 4-5 in the league, so technically the two teams are only a game and a half apart in the standings, though, because there's 8 million teams in the ACC. There's actually 4 teams in between Carolina and Syracuse right now on the standing page, looking at it at the moment. So what do we have tonight? The Orange are coming off the win against Notre Dame over the weekend, so that was good to see. Carolina had recently lost 3 of 4, road games all. They lost at SMU, got their butts kicked at SMU by 16, bounced back with a tight win at home over Wake Forest, then got swept on the California trip by Stanford and Cal. What'd Chris Bell do in that game? Looking for Chris Bell. Chris Bell, oh my goodness, bad clicking. Pop-ups! Chris Bell in that game did... What did he do? Wow, a rousing 6 points. For Chris Bell in that game. And 1 rebound. A very Chris Bell kind of game in the win against North Carolina. But since then, right when it felt like Carolina was at their lowest, fire Hubert Davis, all that stuff going on, they beat Notre Dame. Now we get it. Notre Dame is crap, so they took care of Notre Dame at home. But then here's where it really turned. They went to Virginia. This was midweek last week. They went into Virginia and beat Virginia by 5, and that was a game they were down in the first half, came back and won. So that was impressive, and then they go on the road to Georgia Tech, who's, as we know, not that great, and they won it easily over the weekend on Saturday, 91-75, and now here comes Syracuse, who has just ended a 4-game losing streak in their own right. So Carolina's good. Is Carolina great? I don't know. What I do know is this. Carolina has one of, and this is a great, great list of freshmen in the country. And Syracuse will see a lot of them. With Duke coming up, they'll see a lot of them. Caleb Wilson tonight for Carolina is the real deal. Freshman, he's averaging 20 points a game. He can score it every which way. He's not a great three-point shooter as of yet, but he can make them. He's also averaging almost 10 rebounds a game. Caleb Wilson is the real deal for North Carolina. He's 6'10". He's an unbelievable athlete. He's had some just crazy dunks this year. He's a guy that, like William Kyle, Donnie Freeman, Sadiq White, they are going to have their hands all the way full of Caleb Wilson tonight. This guy is freaking phenomenal. And then what makes it even harder, and this is what makes it very Carolina, right? Carolina's always got just some big freaking dude. This guy transferred in, I believe, from Arizona. Is that where he came from? Henry Visar is a 7-foot tall, really built, thick, 230-pound center who's just hard to move on the inside. And he, playing alongside Wilson, is averaging 17 and 9. So this is a really, really tough front line for Syracuse to go against. And what is worrisome is that against these bigger, and certainly Visar is physical, Wilson is just a freaky NBA athlete. Like, All right, how's Donnie going to deal with that? Will Donnie start today? Major questions coming up tonight. Sadiq White is rail thin. How's he going to handle, guys that athletically are going to be able to do that? And we've seen, William Kyle, as good as William is, now he's going against 7 foot 230 in Visar. Yee. That could be a problem here tonight in the game. Like, the matchups are not ideal on the inside when you look at what's going on inside with those two guys that Syracuse is going to have to go against. So no wrong answers. Let's get into it. Syracuse and North Carolina. The main question tonight is, will Donnie Freeman start? He came off the bench for reasons last game. Yeah, reasons last game. I don't think we really believe what Red said about it being a scouting report situation. What the actual reasons are, I don't know. It worked, and that is what is so interesting. Donnie coming off the bench worked. Syracuse played better. North Carolina, Notre Dame. So let's keep that in mind. Syracuse played better. Ball movement was crisp early. JJ made a lot of shots. We'll see how that translates into the road game. But Donnie, I think Red's going to start him tonight. I don't know. Donnie starts tonight. I'm a little worried, though, against that front line of Wilson and Visar. 15 points and 6 rebounds for Freeman tonight, but I think it's going to be an inefficient outing for Donnie Freeman in this one. I'm also worried about William Kyle going against the size inside. I think he gets physically taken out of this game. 7 points, 5 rebounds, only 1 block shot in the game for Kyle due to going against those two guys. So if those two are struggling, who's going to step up? It needs to be the guards, right? No wrong answers. J.J. Starling. J.J. will be gunning in this game, certainly coming off the big first half he had on Saturday. I think J.J. makes enough. We'll give him 16 points in the game tonight. Nate King's also playing really well. I think Nate will have a solid game tonight. We'll give him 15 points. He's not going to approach 30 again against the Tar Heels. Nate George, 10 turnovers, 10 assists, 0 turnovers last game. Freudian slip, but man, we're used to seeing it the other way around of late. I think Nate's okay tonight. Carolina, freewheeling game. There's a lot of, stuff going on. 8 assists tonight for George. He's not going 0 turnovers again, though. 6 turnovers. That could be a problem tonight for Nate George. What of one Cyan Anthony? DMP CD. Coach's decision after halftime on Saturday against Notre Dame. I think it's going to be another struggle of a game for Melo's kid tonight. I wonder if Melo will be there after the big debut of NBC's Sunday Night Basketball last night between the Lakers and the Knicks in the Garden. Cyan will have 5 points. I don't think we're going to get a lot from Cyan in this game. I can see a solid Tyler Betsy game tonight. He's the kind of guy that can thrive against the Carolina. Bigger guy can shoot. Let's go 4 threes tonight for Betsy. I think Betsy's shooting will be one of the best things the Orange have going for them in this ball game tonight. Caleb Wilson and Henry Visar, though, for Carolina, they are a problem. They are a major problem. Wilson's going to be a very, 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 very high draft pick coming this year, and Henry Visar is very, 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 very large. They are going to combine in the game for 45 points and 25 rebounds. Those two. That's a problem. That's a big problem. Can the Orange keep it going after Notre Dame? It was nice to end the losing streak. Unfortunately, quick turnaround on the road. Dean Dome, one of the best teams in the ACC. When they're right, one of the best teams in the country. They're not always right. Final score tonight from Chapel Hill. Big Monday. North Carolina 95, Syracuse 76. I just don't think the Orange are going to be able to slow down the Tar Heels at all tonight. Regardless, though, we'll talk about it after. YouTube, you're here. Come back here right after the game. Right here. If you need to know how to get back, click the subscribe button. Give it the old clickety-click. Turn your notifications on, and then you don't need to remember it all. Your phone and your computer and all that, they'll just remind you. It's a beautiful thing. After the game, we'll take your calls. We'll do all the stuff that we like to do after the game. We'll see if you can get you Red. You never know with these road games. And we'll break down Syracuse and North Carolina and what we will see in the Dean Dome tonight. There we are. Little no wrong answers for Syracuse and North Carolina.